morning. How are you? This is Marianne Grant, Life in Harmony podcast. This is the first day of your life. It's important. What are you going to do with it? Remember, I told you we're going to talking about what's controlling you. So if you have any residue from yesterday that's controlling you, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, sexually, I suggest you clean that up this morning so you can have a great day. Because it gets pretty heavy when you keep carrying over that baggage every single day and you wonder why you have no energy. You wonder why your life's not working. It all has to do with you and what you're not doing for yourself. Let's start with the word sarcasm. Sarcasm is anger, emotions, bad attitude, enabling, people-pleasing, not able to say no, drugs, alcohol, pills, relationships, sex, lust, love, anger, rage, porn, controlling everyone around you but yourself, distractions everywhere. Then you do nothing but have excuses, gambling, working out, food addiction, binge TV, phone, podcast, news, caffeine, surgeries, pain, abusing your partner's man, woman, mentally, physically, spiritually, financially, sexually, are out, and you can add to that list. The list can go on and on and on. All right, so today I'm going to talk about attitude. Our attitude is key to everything we do. Remember, it takes two people to go to war, and I want you to look at your day like yesterday and look at what I'm going to talk about today, how you can change your attitude and how you react, how you are with people, how you look at your work. And your compass will be things that used to make you go from 1 to 10, you want to kill somebody, and you get to the point where when they say something, you are no longer affected. That has to do with your attitude and how you look at your world. Your attitude, how do you see your world? How do you have faith in the way things are? Like, are you constantly trying to change the way things are for your liking? Well, that's control, because it's never going to happen. So if you change your attitude and look at it as a positive and watch how you can handle your situation, you will find you will love your life more and more. Love the world as yourself, and then you can care for all things around you. Remember, it takes two people to go to war. I can tell you my attitude, one of my greatest gifts is taking really bad things and making them into something beautiful. I loved the fact that I had the gift of Joe going away for 3 years. It allowed me to change my whole world, my whole life, and to no longer blame. This is what I learned about control, how so much control, how I was controlling everyone around me was making me miserable, and the responsibility that I carried on my back, it was huge. And women, teachers, grandmas, grandpas, we're control freaks. And we think because we have so much responsibility. But let's start learning how to navigate, make our children do what they need to do. Make people around us responsible for what they need to do. Stop cleaning up other people's shit and start only cleaning up your own shit, and you won't believe how wonderful your world starts working. And that's where the learning how to say no and delegating, and look at your partner. And this is how you know you're doing well in your home when you live with somebody for a long time. And just laugh at them and smile and no longer feed into their negative energy, and to be able to overlook that and say, you know what, they might be having a bad day. The other thing that used to give me a bad attitude is assuming that I know. I really don't know anymore where people are coming from. I stopped assuming, and that actually has freed me up to clear my mind, to clear my spirit, and to no longer judge people and create a bad attitude with whatever it is I'm doing. And I'll explain to you in the morning. I can get up miserable. I just say, okay, the hardest thing for me is to get up. And my attitude, it's just like, the minute I get up, I know I'm going to have a great day if I get up early and start my day with my readings and my spirituality and having God in my soul, my mind, my spirit. I have my shield. I have my armor. And doing this podcast has really lifted me. I feel like we're all in this together, and the more people we help win, the more we win. And that's always been my attitude. It's amazing how people want to keep things to themselves and be so fabulous. The reality is we're only fabulous to ourselves and nobody else. None of us are that important, including the doctors and the lawyers, the attorneys, the Buddhas, whoever you think is God. They're just regular people, just like we are. We all have gifts. We all have bring something to the table, and that creates a bad attitude too. Is putting yourself under people. Stop putting yourself under people. Our children are like mirrors. They reflect our attitude in life. Everything we do, we're in an example. And that's why I said actions mean everything. This is a program of action, how you perform, how you get up in the morning, how you do your day, how you do your home, how you clean up the dog poop, all the things you don't want to do. If you change your attitude and say, thank you, I can do this today. Thank you, I'm not crippled, I can handle this. And if I am half crippled here, which I am right now, I'm able to work through it. And by the middle of the day, I start to feel good because I don't feed into that pain. I do things for that pain. Again, it's the attitude that you bring to the table. All right, and I want you to really see all day, play a game with yourself and watch how many times you could have gotten into a fight and you chose not to go to war with whoever it may be. And you would be amazed how powerful you start to become. And yet this is called taking charge of your world, taking charge of your day. That is truly what success is. Again, what you do today, that's it. Even if you hit the $1 million lottery, you still have to do today. And none of us are exempt from that. So the key to all success is truly mastering your day. Remember, balance. Not too much of anything. Our kids, our partner, our play, our work. When we stay balanced, it's life in harmony. When we abuse ourselves, everyone we love is infected by it. You cheat yourself and everyone around you. The level of love and respect that you give yourself, that is the level of respect you get in return. The goal for all of us is life in harmony. Our thinking can make or break us. That is why we have to check our thinking and attitude all day long. It's as natural as going to the bathroom, or else we get backed up. This, my friend, is the greatest gift you can give yourself. Remember, welcome your breakdowns, because there's a major breakthrough around the corner. We need the breakdowns with the breakthroughs, the good and the bad. People say, I want to help to be taking care of the world. Well, here's the good news. If you truly take care of yourself all day and be a living example, that is taking care of the world. We all have gifts. We all have work to do. That is the true meaning of taking care of the world. Doing your part with no exceptions. The answers lie inside of you. Your words mean nothing. Your actions say everything. Okay, I'm going to read a positive reading on spirituality or spirit. Whatever makes your heart sing. Spirituality begins when you decide you will never stop trying. Spirituality is the commitment to go beyond no matter what it takes. It's an infinite journey based upon going beyond yourself every minute of every day for the rest of your life. If you're truly going beyond, you're always at your limits. You're never back in the comfort zone. A spiritual being feels as though they're always against the edge and they're constantly being pushed through it. One should view their spiritual work as learning to live life without stress, problems, fear, or melodrama. This path of using life to evolve, spirituality is truly the highest path. Trust the process. The prerequisite to true freedom is to decide you do not want to suffer anymore. You must decide that you want to enjoy your life and that there's no reason for stress, inner pain, or fear. It is a decision from your head to your heart. All right, I'm going to read. I will be reading a part of my book. Okay. All right. We are on page 15, the second paragraph. I hope no one reaches this point before breaking the destructive cycle of judgmentalism and criticism. We do have a choice in how we treat people and how we respond to situations. During my stay in rehab, I took steps towards recovery. The first step was to reflect and ask myself difficult questions. What did I need to change in myself? Why was I acting this way? What I saw was frightening. I had been sure my husband was to blame for all the confusion in my life. This was one of the most painful experiences in my life. I realized I was the problem. The blinders fell from my eyes. I realized I needed to accept responsibility for my own actions. I left rehab with a major challenge ahead of me. I needed to change the way I looked at myself and at others. My decision processes needed to be transformed. I knew I was healing when I began loving and respecting myself in a way I never had before. I learned to establish boundaries with myself and others. I began demanding more time for myself. I learned to say no to extra demands I put on myself, as well as demands I allowed others to put on me. I couldn't continue to give and give and give. I was burned out. My understanding of what I could and could not handle became more realistic as my priorities became clear. It was easier to make appropriate decisions. Well, I remember this when I came home. One of the things that was really important to me was my relationship with my father and my mother, and I wanted to make up for all the damage I did. I really hurt my father. I did a lot of self-destruct to the family because of my attitude and my self-centeredness of my way or the highway, and screw all of you, and I'm going to take my life, a charge of my own life. And what I realized was, I said to my father, after I wrote him the letter, that he had to write me off to raise the rest of his kids. And all of you parents or whoever you're suffering with, you really have to write off who's ever destroying you, because it's up to them to save their lives. You cannot do that, and they have to sit in their own pain before they surrender, and the enabling actually destroys them more. So when you write them off, my father wrote me off. It was a blessing, and I was able to, when the pain got bad enough, I was lying in my own blood at home. And that's when I realized that I really needed to change my life. But only pain is the only way we're going to get here. So do not distract or stop any pain with people you love. They have to go through it to get to the other side. So I told my dad I would be visiting him every week, and I will be there for him until the day he passes, mom and dad. And that's what I did. Every week I went there and I went shopping and I helped him, and we just had so much fun together. And we got into this huge fight. And he said, Marianne, leave the house. And I go, no, Dad, I'm not done. You sit down. And I told him how I felt. And for the first time, I said, Dad, you will not bring up my past anymore. You will not throw anything in my face to this little insecure girl anymore. I'm done with all that. And if you cannot respect that, then I'm not coming here anymore. And don't expect me to come here, because I'm doing this out of choice. I'm doing this because I love you. But don't expect it. When you start expecting it, I won't be here. And he looked at me and he said, thank you. He saw that I was his equal for the first time. He didn't have to worry about me anymore. I became his best friend. He started to tell me everything about his fears and what was going on in his life, where before he had to have that control and stay strong, and that's what parents do. But when I was able to show him through my actions that you don't have to worry anymore, we were able to be best friends. And I was so happy when my mom and dad passed, because I created a life with him. A lot of people cry in funerals because of what they haven't done. And this is an opportunity for us to do the things while they're living. Tell them how you feel about them while we're living. This drama at funerals, a lot of people just cry because they weren't there for the people they love. They talked a good game. They pretended like they were going to do something, but that's all they did. But they were all just good talkers, but they weren't in action. And I was able to watch my mom and dad rest in peace. Death is a beautiful thing. It's a part of life. We're all going to die, and it's a gift. And why should you fear it? If you're doing your work here on earth, you're going to be prepared. You will be prepared for death. I'm not afraid to die. It's as part as living. It's as natural as living. And I welcome it. I want to live this full day to the fullest and do God's work and be a living example. And with that, you can have complete peace. All right, I'm going to read off my check-off list here. Remember, work on one thing at a time. Eventually, it will be a way of life. Don't do too much of anything. Balance is most important. I am clean and clear of all diseases and negative thoughts. What's controlling you? I accept today where I am powerless. I have control where I have choices. I will reach out for help and use my tools today. I accept today and understand the only person I can change or regulate is myself. I will take time to hug and kiss my loved ones around me. I will show my partner today how much he or she is appreciated, needed, and loved. I will speak up for myself today. Be true to ourselves. The answers lie inside each and every one of us. Be a priority to ourselves. The rest will follow. Everything we do is a practice and a discipline to master what we want. I will take charge of my life today and realize I am in charge of all my decisions. I will know when it's time to bail out and let go and trust the process. I will set realistic goals for myself. I will get 7 to 8 hours of sleep tonight. I will set healthy boundaries around myself today. I will not allow anyone to speak to me with disrespect. I will make a conscious effort to eat healthy meals. I will take my vitamins, food supplements today. I will drink 6 to 8 glasses of water today. I will be good to myself today. Whoever can see through all fear will always be safe. I will talk with someone I trust and respect and be honest with them. Accountability is key. Cannot do it alone. I will trust and reach out to my higher power today. I will say thank you for everything that happens to me today, good or bad. I will not do anything to cause harm to myself or others today. I am willing to change today. I will exercise today. I will pray for the well-being of myself and others today. I will write a list of all the things I want in a partner. If I become it, I will attract it. Discipline is freedom. I will do 2 things a day I don't want to do to have a successful day. Trust the process. My 2 things are always the hardest thing for me, no matter what, is getting up early, those first 5 minutes, and then doing my workout. I do those 2 things, and I am just fine. We can all heal together one day at a time. It is a decision from our head to our heart. It's the greatest gift we can give ourselves. You are worth it. If you need to reach me, you can email me at createyourspirit@gmail.com. CREATE, your, YOUR, spirit, SPIRIT @gmail.com. Leave a number if you want to do the workshops and order bulk books, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 20. If you want to give them as gifts and you want me to sign them, just email me, leave a number, I'll call you, I'll teach you how to do the workshops. Again, the more people we help win, we win. Those workshops are lots of fun. If you want to learn about my services, lifeandharmonyonline.com. Be more than happy to talk to you about my services. And remember, I'm doing the podcast 5 days a week. This is so important that you let other people know about a podcast. It's 15 minutes in the morning. And you can tell them to hit the introduction. Start with podcast number 1. There's order to the insanity. Start with podcast number 1, number 2, number 3. And remember, we can all heal together. I want you to have an unthinkable day today. And thank you for listening.